Rita.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going well. It's going super well.
Yes.
Awesome.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, you're on a lunch break right now and can watch all of this. I just posted a comment up here. So make sure you comment #HerbaldDog. At the end of this, we are going to do a raffle for a ticket to the summit, which is coming up. And looking at my calendar, we are less than a month out, which is crazy because this has been being planned since before the last one took place. So yeah, it's hard to believe that it's here, and I'm super excited to see you. It's been almost a year, so yeah, it's exciting. So yeah, welcome. Thanks for coming on. You've been a busy lady.
What'd you say?
I said you've been a very, very busy lady.
I am a very busy lady this year.
Like
The whole
traveling
year
the world.
is very busy, and that's okay. It's one year, and it's self-induced.
We do it to ourselves, right? I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah,
I have a policy, a no complaining policy, because
well,
it's self-induced.
I should probably also take the no complaining policies, but I do it to myself and complain and then go have a drink, and it's
Yeah, right.
it
Yeah.
all goes well. I'm sure there's an herb for that though.
Yeah, I
So
go through these periods of time where I say to myself, "This is why people drink," or I go like, "This is why people drink coffee." I don't drink coffee, and I hardly
well, I
ever
have
drink
my
alcohol.
coffee,
So
yeah.
there's
Well,
that.
I hate
I
to
don't
say
have.
that I'm a fan of both in moderation. In moderation. So no, this is a judgment free zone over here. Um,
That's right.
So yeah, so again, everyone comment Herbal Dog Summit's coming up. For those of you who have not got tickets, and I'm going to mention this again later on, we're down to like 30-ish tickets. So they will be gone. So you're probably not going to be able to show up to the summit that day and say that you want to get a ticket. I have a feeling they will be gone before then. If you have not been to the summit before and you're wondering like why I should go or why should I like spend XYZ money on this ticket, well, one, you get to hear from Rita. So that's enough in itself, but also you're going to get to hear from so many other great speakers, people that are followed in the industry. Connor Brady's coming from Ireland, so super excited to see Connor again. Yes, and he'll have a beer with whoever wants one. Amy Rentz from Goodness Gracious is going to be here. The Susan Thixton is going to be here. She is awesome to listen to, very mind opening. Dr. Katie Kangas. So all the people, but in addition to like hearing from everybody and learning, because that's the real reason why we're there is to learn. We're going to have, you get breakfast, you get lunch, you get a swag bag, and a copy of Rita's new book, The Herbal Dog. Innovative Pet Lab has been very gracious to donate and give all the attendees a book. So thank you to Innovative Pet Lab. So hi, Lauren, and hi, Laura. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you, Innovative Pet Lab.
Yes,
Awesome.
we're excited. So yeah, so I think what everyone wants to know is, for starters, can you give us a sneak peek of like what you're going to be talking about? Something with herbs, I would assume.
Well,
Something.
it definitely has to do with herbs. However, I'm going to be talking about how to heal your dog from, from almost anything. Like how to deal with an herbal protocol, how to create one effectively so that you can balance out your dog's body, or create a larger window. So like, with dogs, unless you've got, $8,000 or $10,000 to throw down for a full body MRI, right? A lot of times we don't know the window that they have if something is dire, like cancer, for instance, right? Cancer is a big deal. It affects, 1 in 2 dogs. And now, with our world being very stressful and polluted, and a lot of the things that we're dealing with right now, a lot of people are saying, it's not if, it's when, right?
Oh,
So
1000%.
yeah, so we want to learn how to work in a preventative mindset for major body episodes, So instead of waiting for something to happen, looking at organ health and figuring out, okay, so how do I systematically throughout the year work in a preventative mindset? What do I give? Uh, what do I need to know? What are the most important facets of that? And and how do I do it? How do I implement it with confidence?
Hmm.
How do I know if it's working? Also, like, how do I know if this is working? Oh my God! And a lot of people avoid herbal protocols because they are afraid to use herbs, right?
Yeah.
They don't understand how they work. They don't understand how much to give. They don't understand, you know, when do I stop an herb? How do I stop it? Can I give 30? Is that too many? So I'm going to answer those questions, but the biggest thing is I'm going to give you a system in which to address almost anything in the body and also work from a preventative mindset. So preventative and dealing with things that come up. And
Yeah.
and I think that's one of the most important facets of my book.
I love that. I think, in my world, working in a retail store and, you know, un- unfortunately, it seems like most people find me because their dog already has a problem, right? Like that's when they're trying to, my dog is in kidney failure, my dog has cancer, my dog has allergies, whatever it may be. That's why most people find us if they're shopping for food. And it's a hard mindset to get into the preventive, and I wish, when people come in with these, cute little puppies, they've paid all this money for it, or they just adopted a dog, like start doing these protocols now, start feeding them well now, and then you can hopefully not ever have to become like in these crisis modes where people come to me. And I think what you just said, like trying to prevent things is key. It's so much easier to prevent than to fix it. And a lot of times you can't, cancer, like have cancer, like what are we going to do? We're going to buy time here. But so I like how you are going to talk about it that way.
Yeah, I mean, because we can, if you're talking about cancer, there's a window, and
Mhm.
is your window large or is it small, right? And the goal of any protocol, you know, not even focusing on cure, is can we open that window up, right?
Yes.
Or can we open, like, if it's starting with this big, like, it's an early diagnosis, what you're dealing with, can we expand it? Because at the end of the day, we don't want just longevity,
No.
right? We don't want just longevity. We want thriving longevity. We want our dogs to be thriving, until that window gets really, is closing shut. And we don't want them just to be existing, you know.
Right.
Like, yeah, my dog's 18, but, can't walk, can't pee by itself, the whole thing. And we don't want that.
No.
Nobody wants that. And it's heartbreaking. So, um, and then in a preventative mindset, you have a set of parameters where if you implement support in certain organ systems consistently, and a lot of people don't know how to do that, um, you get longer outcomes in which those major uh, system imbalances occur. So
Mhm.
instead of happening at 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, they're happening at 17, 18, and that's what we really want. We want to push that,
Yeah.
the end game farther out. I mean, I want my dog to live till it's 40. So
100.
yeah, 100,
Yeah. It's never
140.
it's never enough though, right? I mean, I know you
There's
just lost
never
a
enough
dog.
time.
Right? I just lost a dog, and
Me
you
too.
know, it's hard. And I think, Miss Bunny was, you met Miss Bunny, I'm pretty sure last year. She was my shop beagle. And I adopted her when she was old when I adopted her. I don't know how old she was, but she was old. I found her on the side of the road. She actually ran in front of my car. Um, no one ever claimed her. And so that was 6 years ago. And she's been in kidney failure for 2 years. Um, and she lived for 2 years. But again, like I knew it was coming. But it's never enough, right? I mean, I think, you know, yeah, I'm gonna probably should get off this topic before I start
Yeah.
crying.
No,
Yeah.
no. No, it is never enough. It's never enough time. Um, but I think quality of life is so important. And the cool thing about the summit, right? The conference is that the things that I'll be talking about, uh, you're not going to hear them anywhere else.
No.
Like I'm not like you're not going to hear them. I'm doing a special talk. There's things that yes, I have addressed before, but not in the detail that I'm going to be addressing at the conference.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like doing a mini coaching session through each step, and it's really going
We get
to
the
help you.
detailed Rita version here.
Yeah, it's going to be the detailed reader version, and uh, I'm making slides.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, making slides over here, and I'll tell you, I have fun with slides. I really do. I love for them to give visuals of what I'm talking about, so it's easy to understand, and breaking things down so that it is not so confusing and
Yeah.
overwhelming. Yeah.
Well, and I think that's what I appreciate about the book and I appreciate about you is, look, I know a lot about dog food. I know a lot about a lot of things with pets. I've told you this before, the herbs, they go right over my head. I know my basics. Like if you come in and you need something, like I know my basics, but outside of that, like it can be complicated. And it's nice to see it like broken down to where anybody, if you don't know something and it's hard to interpret, like you break it down and it everyone can use it. And I think that's pretty great.
Yeah, I mean, using herbs with intention is the most important thing. A healthy dog is a way of life. Dogs are individuals. Everything's connected. Those are my three little
Yeah.
sentences that I've been using for decades. But the thing is that you know picking one herb over the other, or looking at a formula and understanding, will this work for my dog?
Mhm.
I think those things are very important, and my book, The Herbal Dog, definitely does address those types of things and teaches you how to pick out an herb for your individual dog and have more success with it. And I'll definitely be touching on that in my talk.
And like I said, if you come to the summit, you get to leave with a book, so even
Yes.
better.
Yes,
And
and if you
maybe
already
Rita
have
will
one,
sign
you
it
can
for
gift
you
it.
too.
What'd you say?
I said, and maybe you'll sign it for them too.
Absolutely, I will. So,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it'll be fun.
So yeah, if you obviously you'll be at the VIP event that is happening the night before. The morning after, we are having the coffee talk. Um, Surprise, there's like 3 tickets left to the coffee talk, which is a shocker to me. I think the coffee talk, like the summit's awesome, but the coffee talk is really cool. Like,
I'm going to the
we
coffee
had a
talk.
blast at the coffee talk last year. And yeah, I know you don't drink or you don't drink coffee much, but like, there's gonna be coffee mimosas there. So
I'm
talking
going
about
to the
dog
coffee
stuff.
talk. I wouldn't miss it.
Yeah,
It was great. And, the event last year was phenomenal. The coffee talk was phenomenal.
super fun. Yeah.
I mean, the VIP party was phenomenal. Everything was phenomenal. And it definitely was one of my favorite events. I had a great time and I felt immense value afterwards. So,
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, I was talking to someone the other day and they were like, well, I've been to the last two. What's the point of me going to this one? Like, am I going to learn something? Like, it's different speakers. Like, obviously you're going to learn something new. Like, and I learn, something new at all of them. But one of my employees here, sorry, she's a big fangirl of yours. And she is like telling everyone, she's like, Rita's coming, the Rita Hogan. So, yeah.
stop there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
And it's very
I
cool.
have to say, here's the thing. So, one of my biggest tenets of holistic healing is like when someone says, like all the focus is on the dog. Everything that I teach, almost everything I teach, is not just for your dog, but it's for you.
Yeah.
Right? Eh, we have to take care of ourselves in order to take care of our dog. And my speech will definitely be resonating with you as a human as well. You can take everything I say and apply it to yourself. And I think that's really empowering. And
Absolutely.
and our dogs mirror us in so many ways. And we affect our dog's behavior. We affect our dog's
Yes,
health.
we
And
do. Very much
you
so.
know,
People do not
yeah,
believe me when I say that.
we
If your
do.
dog is stressed out, and anxious, take a look in the mirror because you're probably stressed out and anxious too.
Absolutely. And so my talk will definitely resonate home with a lot of people as well, and you will leave empowered, and you will leave with a lot of aha moments for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I guarantee it. If you don't, then you can come up to me and give me a kind smack. Yeah, sure.
Not hard, just a
Not hard, just a little
gentle.
tap. Little
So
tap.
who
But
are you?
I won't have to
Like,
worry about it because you're gonna love it. You are gonna love
have
it.
you
I'm gonna rock it.
what is Diana said? There's always something to learn, even with the same speakers. That's true. You guys learn new stuff every
Oh my
day,
God.
so it just doesn't stop there.
Yeah, I had a session yesterday with my friend who I'm staying with is a healer, and we had a session together, and we were just, I mean, I had a mind blowing day yesterday. It was awesome.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, we're always learning. We all have mentors, and I mean, it's just a privilege to be part of this all natural dog community. I
yes,
mean, it really is. I mean, when I started out in herbalism, there wasn't any of these things ever.
no,
Nowhere, none to be found. The internet was just minuscule. There was no networking unless you showed up somewhere, and people weren't networking for dogs,
no,
and it's blown up, and it's a privilege. And I think sometimes we take it for granted, you
yeah.
know, and it's a big deal to put on one of these conferences. We know that Amanda has worked so hard.
I'm
Um,
tired, John.
Couple
I'm
other
real
friends that have
tired.
put on conferences, and it's like, I see what they go through. Like, I could never do that. My head would split open, and, there would be an egg coming out. Oh my god, there's so much that goes into a conference, and you just did just an amazing job
Someone
last year.
asked me if I had an event planner, and I'm like, no, no, that would be me.
No,
I am the
it's
event planner.
Amanda. She's the
Yeah,
event planner.
along with my actual real paying job, because I like to say, like, yeah, I know the tickets are $120. I'm not making any money on this event at all, like nothing. It barely covers itself. So yeah, so I just do this for fun, and for I like to learn things, my staff likes to learn things, and I want my customers and people who are traveling to learn things. Knowledge is power. And if you can be like an advocate for your pet, you make my job easier. You make your vet's life easier. You make everyone's, if you're always trying to, figure something out. And, knowledge is good, like
Yeah,
the more you know,
absolutely.
right? So, but I think, I said to someone the other day, if our goal in life is for our dogs and cats to live longer, even if it's one day, right? Like, you always want more time. Like, it's like we were just talking, it's never enough time. They could live to 100 and it's still not enough time.
No.
If you come to something like this, or if you can't come to a summit and you're watching one of these lives, if you learn one thing that makes them live, even if it's just one day longer, it's worth it.
Well, I can tell you that in my talk could definitely elongate your dog's life by 3 to 5 years.
Wow. Wow.
So if you follow it,
Wow.
for sure, for
Wow.
sure,
Bring your
absolutely.
notebook. Actually, I say bring your notebooks. You'll get the magazine again, and there will be a notes section in the back.
It could also elongate your life and
Even
have
better.
and more quality of life, more especially not just years, but quality.
Yes.
Quality of life is so important.
Yes.
And if your dog has cancer or something that's dire, right? It's still going to improve their life. It's going to improve their life. I wouldn't even be here if it didn't.
Right. Well, you've done this for your whole life. This is like kind of off topic, but like with the summit, who are you most excited to hear speak?
Susan.
Put you on the spot, Susan. Have you heard Susan speak before?
I have never heard Susan. Amy Renz is a prolific speaker.
Yes.
I know that I'm going to be literally recording her speech with my cell phone, not on a video, but just I have this
Right.
little recorder that does, like AI or whatever. Because she always blows my mind. I saw her at a conference last year.
So
Blew my mind.
smart. So
Yeah, I
smart.
love Amy. Love Amy. And then Katie is so much fun and such a hardworking veterinarian. And I love that she's, that we're hearing from a veterinarian.
Yes.
I think that's super important. And Connor is, I'm sorry, but
Connor's
Connor's worth it in fun factor. Connor is fun. And just listening to him and his Irish accent. And I've spent some time with Connor in Ireland, and he is a blessed soul. He is just,
I love Connor. He was
fun.
here, him and the whole Raw Pet Medics, they were here back in October.
And such a
riot.
He Absolutely. is not only is a riot, he is smart. He is an advocate. He's an advocate to getting rid of the chaff. Like, just listen, we're going to get rid of all this. And here's the truth. Like, and he's a prolific researcher. Absolutely love it. Susan Thixton, I mean, she's dedicated her life to good ingredients, making our dogs' life safer through food, and doing all the work that we don't have time to do.
No.
I've never heard her speak, and I'm super excited about it.
She's amazing to hear. For those of you who do not know who Susan is, you know who she is. You just might not know, but she has her website, Truth About Pet Food. Most everyone that's buying food, if you look up pet food, that website is going to come up. And so if you don't know who Susan is, that is the Susan Thixton. But the amount of research that she does and goes into diving into who makes your food, like where are they sourcing it from? Because I think, you look at pet food and you can take 2 bags of pet food and the ingredients look almost identical, but they are not identical. They are very different because, feed chicken and, free range chicken are 2 totally different things that your pet's eating, or, have your, vegetables been sprayed with things, GMO. I mean, she really dives into it, down into the factories and where they make things. And it is mind-blowing. I heard
She's
her
like the Erin Brockovich of pet food.
Yes, that's a great example. Yes.
Totally. She is the Erin Brockovich of pet food, and she is an advocate no matter what. And, I look at these people that stand up even in the face of diversity, adversity, not diverse, but diversity too, but adversity, they're getting rotten tomatoes thrown at them, and they're like, listen, this is my truth, and I'm singing it to the world. And she's also not too afraid to admit when she's wrong or she got something incorrect. I don't know if that's ever happened, but she is I was sitting next to her at Dr. Judy's event in Florida, and I was just like, I was verklempt. I was like, oh my God. And I was like, and I didn't realize I was sitting next to her. And then I realized who I was sitting. I was like, oh my God. I was just like, oh my God. Yeah. And I had never met her. So, and she was so kind and sweet, and she was laughing, and it was fun. But Amanda, we have forgotten one thing about the conference that I will tell you is absolutely worth it. We have forgotten Billy Hoekman.
Oh, yes.
I mean, come on.
Billy is the MC. I cannot
Billy is the MC. He's going to roast me.
Y'all are getting roasted. Like, is there?
He is going to roast me.
I don't get roasted. I have a feeling that we're all, no one's off limits.
Oh, yeah. Billy and I have been traveling the country together doing events for my book and for Green Juju. And he already warned me that he is going to roast me, and he's going to roast everybody. Fine. I can take it. I'm sure I'll turn 4 shades red, but just listening to what Billy's comments are going to be, and we can count. I think everyone should take bets and count how many times he talks about his daughter Maple.
That's a good one. We could do a prize for that.
Oh my God, he is so squishy. He is so squishy for his daughter Maple. I got to spend a time with his entire family. Actually, just last week. And we went to like one of the Green Juju Amish farms, and I was teaching the Amish head guy, the farmer, about his plants in his field, and it was awesome. And he wanted to copy my book, so that was fun.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, but I got to spend some time with Maple and Billy, and I am telling you, he is so squishy for his daughter, and and be me, and Billy as an MC. It's
going to be hilarious.
So much fun that I can't wait. Like that's going to be fun, and I can't wait to see what he says about Connor.
Oh, that's going to be. Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Something about
And,
drinking.
because
He's
you want
got
to have some
stories,
fun.
I'm sure.
We want to, I mean, this is all serious and everything, but we also want to have some fun, and fun. I think fun is a good component of your conference. You want to have fun too.
Yeah, this is not going to be boring. Like, we're not going to
No.
like be talking to you and like you're going to be sitting there like twiddling your thumbs. Like, this
Yeah.
is going to be super fun. And yeah, Billy with Maple. Yeah, this is not of any interest to anybody, but I'll tell you because it's funny. There was a trade show. One of the distributor shows was in Lancaster. I don't know, like a month or so ago, and for the first time, I did not go for this. And fun fact, Billy used to go as my guest. Like, they didn't even sell to this distributor, but he lives in Lancaster. So he would come and like be my employee for the day, and just hang out. Well, now he's in this distributor and it's the first year I don't go. And he's like, what do you mean you're not going? Well, then I get a video that he sends from Maple that's like, what do you mean you're not going to go? It's going to make me so sad, but I'm really going to miss you. And I was like, thank you for putting your daughter up to this and making me feel bad. It's like, that is so sad.
Yeah. And she is cute. She's
adorable.
Cute.
I keep telling him he needs to get her a cat. Then he needs to get her a cat from the Cat Cove, It needs to be a souvenir from Williamsburg.
Right.
So, yeah. But yeah, no, Susan's amazing. I think for everyone who most people haven't heard her speak around here, but I mean, talk about jaw dropping. I mean, I don't actually know what she's talking about at my summit, but she did a talk that I heard her about one of the big four plants and like food production plants, and from a big company that everyone knows. And there were people like getting sick and like deaths and stuff from working in that plant. So like you said, the Aaron Brockovich of pet food.
She's the Aaron
eating
Brockovich.
that for our dogs and our cats, and we wonder why they're getting cancer at 5 years old. I mean, kills me.
Yeah, don't say anything kills you.
Yeah, stop. Sorry, that was bad. Yeah. Take that out of the universe.
It stresses you out. Like, this stresses me out.
Yeah,
but don't say it.
So one more question, because this is just for fun, and this is really gonna this is a loaded question. What is your favorite herb? Like, if you had to pick one herb, like if you only had one and you needed an herb for your dog or cat, what is it? We're dying to know.
Nettles.
Nettles. Why? Why nettles?
If I had to be stranded on an island, it would be nettles. And the reason why is because they are systemic, so they affect the whole body. They have an effect on the liver, kidneys, lymphatic system, nervous, everything. They're everything. They're filled with trace minerals, chlorophyll, fiber, protein. I mean, not a ton, but I personally think that you could probably live a lot longer than not just eating nettles. I love nettles. It's so hard to pick one herb, but
I know that was a loaded question.
I guess it would be nettles. If nettles, yeah, I think it would be nettles. But
hey, fun fact: Green Juju sells something with nettles in it that we sell here. So.
Yeah, the dehydrated greens.
Yeah, I love that one. It's great.
Yes,
and I like it because of the nettles that are in it.
Yeah, I actually use.
I have a lot of nettles growing in my yard. They're like
nettles are awesome.
My garden.
They're
I need to figure out what to do with them.
Now I feel bad about my other herbal friends. Like, oh God, I forgot.
All right. Give me number 2 and number 3, and then we'll go on to picking winners and whatnot.
Number 2 would be calendula. I love calendula. Milk thistle. I mean, there's violet. I love violet. For me, like for myself, I really love skullcap. But and then our mushroom friend. I mean, there's so many. Let's just stick with nettles. But or a turkey tail mushroom, like in the mushroom department, I would choose turkey tail. I love turkey tail. Then again, I love tremella. So it's I can't. My head's starting to hurt. Can't do it.
So someone has a question.
Yeah.
What's the best form of eating nettles? Is it tea?
I like teas. So I make a tea. It's in my book on how to make it and how much. But I make a tea with nettles, and then I'll put the water over my dog's food, and then I will feed the spent nettles. Make sure they're always dry, never fresh, or you will regret that because they'll
Oh,
sting you.
okay.
They'll sting you.
Oh,
Always dried. So then you'll put the spent nettles that you soaked in the water on the food and let them eat it. And
how do you
sometimes
dry
nettles,
nettles? Because I don't know the answer to that. How do you dry them?
you can hang them or you can put them in
Okay.
a dehydrator.
Okay.
Um, so
If
you
you were
could
to hang
put 'em-
them, how long would it take for them to dry?
I would say about a week,
Okay. I have
depending
so
on the
many
condition.
nettles. They've like taken over
You
like
can also put
part
them
of my
out on
garden.
a tray that has holes in it and just,
Okay.
twist them, but wear some gloves because they have fermitic acid in it and it will, it will,
Interesting.
it's a gift. It'll bug you all day long once you get stung. Um,
Oh,
but
they're just
yeah,
growing.
that
I
would
have
be
a
the
good
best
shelf.
part. And when you give, like, nettles can get a little drying. So if you see signs of dryness, then just add like a little tremella mushroom or marshmallow root to your dog's
Okay.
food, and that should take care of that. But
Okay.
um, and most herbs are diuretic. So, a lot of people say, oh, my dog's peeing more. That's because it makes the kidney work better. So they might pee a little bit more, but usually that goes away after a few weeks.
Okay. That's awesome. Well, I'm going to give everyone a minute while we're still chatting here. We're going to pick a winner for a ticket to the summit. So if you haven't done that hashtag yet, Herbal Dog, please do that. Someone is going to ask me this. So I'm going to go ahead and say, if you have another ticket, if you've already purchased a ticket and you win this ticket, it cannot replace that. Like you've already bought a ticket, but bring a friend with you. Bring a friend, give it to somebody, someone who just got a dog, bring them because it will help. So for anyone who has not used that hashtag yet, please put that in. Getting more. Hi, Kelly. Kelly, are you coming? If you can see me or hear me, you can probably see me too. I don't remember if you bought a ticket or not. Kelly Nelson. I think you've met
Nice.
Kelly. Oh, hey, Jay. Jay's in the house. Two crazy cat ladies.
Hey, Jay.
We miss you. I'll see you in August since you're not coming here in July. Which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
I think it's her mom's birthday weekend, maybe, Jay. Something like that.
I'll print out a mask and I'll tape it on my face for a couple hours.
Yes.
Although my body won't match.
Yes.
I'm not tan and all ultra skinny and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But I'll do it. I'll do it.
We could get the little sticks with like their heads on them and like hold them up around.
Yeah, or those little full life size ones that I had of Billy at my
Flat belly.
birthday, and we could just put them up so that they
That's
could
what
be.
we need, Jay. We need a flat Jay, a
Yeah,
cardboard
we need a Jay
Jay.
and Adrian full size cardboard cutout, so we could just put them right
Be
there
here
and
in spirit. Oh yes, that's gonna be fun. All right, let's do this drawing and let's hope it comes up right. Fun fact, since Jay is watching this, Jay is who told me about this picker thing last year, and it's been fun. So let's see if I can do this right again. I don't know if I can. We're gonna try. I'm gonna share this, and let's see. Okay. Dun 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 dun.
Dun 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 dun.
Diana Junko.
That was fun.
Get
I didn't even know how you did that. That was exciting.
Ask Jay. It's a it's the StreamYard like picker tool.
Nice.
And I didn't know. I was doing things like a really old school way, and yeah, she helped fix me up. So, and now our screens look kind of weird, but it's fine. It's all good. So awesome. Diana, you can shoot me a DM on Facebook and I will get you a code for the free ticket. With that said, for everybody, I've got this. It is the Herbal Dog. That'll get you $15 off of your ticket through the 21st is Sunday. Yes, the Sunday. Yeah. Yeah, Sunday. So that'll get you $15 off. We are down to like 30 tickets. So get your ticket. It's going to be so much fun. I hope to see everyone there, and can't wait to see you. And yeah, I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, and take care of those dogs and cats, because in Virginia, it is so hot out here right now. So yes, I will see you all in July. Bye.
Bye.